Wow, a very fresh topic we want to discuss today, and we want to take it very calmly because this is a very sensitive topic, and from heart to heart, we want to look at the topic we call the danger of denying children their father's access. The danger of denying children their father, or we put it the, or do we say the disadvantage of denying father access to their children. Yes, the disadvantage of denying father access to their children. We are in the 21st century that issues needs to be resolved amicably, but not just to, bring an innocent child or children into matters concerning husband and wife, even when you are divorced or you hate the woman so much or you hate the man so much. No matter the level of hate that you hate the woman, you don't have to deny the woman access to her children. And no matter the hate and how you hate the man so much, you don't have to deny the father access to their children. And you don't have to blackmail the father, you don't have to blackmail the woman because of the access to the children. So whoever that is in custody of the child should create an avenue where the children can, you know, um, have a good relationship with their father. I saw a message sometime on Facebook, and that message really touched me. Before we go back, it really touched me so much. And when I saw that message, I was I was so really touched. If a woman can do that, that is really, really wonderful. This woman said, let me just go through. He said, when my husband and I got separated in 2020, she and her husband, she and her husband got separated in 2020. A lady was disgusted at me, asking why I allowed him have access to the children. Why I allow him have access to the children. He was talking to the woman. Why would the woman allow him to have access to the what? To the children. Her response was this: it is mine. It is me he offended. You get it? That's a woman of wisdom. He said, it is me he offended and not them. He has the right over them as it was his spermatozoa that produced them, not just my egg. If the children needs to rise beef, if the children need to rise beef with him, it is their choice, but I will not instigate them to do that. Are you seeing it? He said if the children need to rise beef or raise beef against them, that is their choice. But as a mother, you don't have to instigate your children. You don't have to instigate your children to hate their father. Or as a father, you don't have to instigate your children to hate their mother. You give them access because without the woman, the man cannot have a child. And without the woman cannot have what? A child. That is that both parents must have what they call shared custody. Both parents must have what they call shared custody. And when a one is not taking advantage, thinking that uh, she is on board or he is on board, then it's become a wicked that I call it. That's the that's witchcraft. That's witchcraft, and I also call it that's wickedness, and that is very bad. Is condemnable. So children and innocent children should not be suffering for because the mother does not want this or the father does not want this. They don't need to be suffering of the problem they're having. So every child need to grow. Every child need to do what? To grow, to enjoy the love of his father, to enjoy the love of his mother. So that will now balance the equation of these children. So, but when you are doing it and making it become war, then it become totally wickedness and condemning. Sometimes some women blackmail their husband not to have access to their children. Sometimes some men like me, their wife not to have access to their children. But if both parties are doing that, it's totally what condemnable. We condemn it and it's not right because we need to build a better future. We need to build a better future. We need to build a better home. That even if you are quarreling, you have to build your children to love their father. You have to build their father to love their mother. That is how you grow children so that your quarrel will not bring trauma to the children. So and that's what we are looking into. So at the end of the day, the children grows to love both parents equally. But sometimes I want to tell you that people who do that, they end up regretting. And that's why on my shine on my favorite place as Favor Mountains, because I have the principles, I have the knowledge to look at all these things, and I tell you that it's totally wrong, and we need to do things that will build our nations and also will build our community. Are you getting it? And one of the best way to build a future and to build a community or to build a nature is to give a child the full support of both what? Both parents. Is to give a child the full support of both parents. Because you have access to a child, you just block the man, you block him, block him, block him. Because you have access to a child, you just block the mother for the mother to have access. That's wickedness. That's immaturity. Are you getting it? Every mother or every father need to understand that without the mother, the child will not survive. Without the father, the child will not survive. So when a child is being put under your custody, make sure that both parties have access to those children. And when you're not making it a kind of war, no matter the pain you want to cause the other party, what you are doing is wrong. And parents should advise their daughters, advise their son not to use that to be hurting one another. So it gives them, and the children will grow enjoying both homes. He goes to Lagos today, he stays. He comes to Kaduna today, he stays. He will feel happy. He stays with his father, he stays with his mother, he stays with his father. So the child will grow up seeing the value of the father, then also seeing the value of the mother. So the father is now inculcating his own idea into the children, into that child, and while the mother is now still building his own potentials into that child. So by the time you now say you want to become a single mother to take care of a child, is the worst thing that can ever happen to a child. Anybody that need to do that, that is doing that, you are destroying the future of that child because some of those child grow up to see the hatred you've inculcated into them, to see that bitterness that you are growing up with. You don't have to grow a child with bitterness. You don't have to grow a child with bitterness. So you have to create a platform where people will now see you and begin to see, yes, you are really a mother and you are really a hero. Sometimes men you see might have their own flaws, women might have their own flaws, but sometimes children are very powerful because they are the one that are going to represent you today or represent you tomorrow. You might think, oh, because the man did this, therefore you hate the man so much. Like one who always said, he said, I hate you, I will continue to hate you, I will continue to. There's no way you can continue to hate somebody because that person you are hating is not hating you, and that person is living his life or she is living her life and is doing well. So you don't have the right to hate anybody. Are you getting it? So what the truth is always bitter. And we're going to look at some principles today. This video is going to take a little bit long, but we're going to look at some principles today. Are you getting it? The principles that we are looking at today are very amazing principles, and that we're going to help us to see the fundamental right of what we need to do and how we need to expand on others and make it what? A message so that we can pass it out to people out there so that we know what we are doing and where we are going. And that's why I say that the disadvantage of denying fathers access to their children. So there's a lot of disadvantage. I'm going to look at the disadvantage, and the disadvantage is something we're going to look into quickly. And before we do what? Before we proceed into what? Into the message. Now, the message is this. When a woman deny father access to their children, they think they are hurting the man. But get this. But the truth is, they are destroying the children. They are destroying the children. Every child deserves their father's love, guidance, and protection while they are growing up. When you think that you are denying a father access to his children, you are destroying the future of that child. If you think that you are denying the father access to their child as a woman, you are denying the future. You are denying the potentials of that child, because every child need to have the father spirit and impact in them. Despite the child have the blood of the father, but that child need to grow to see the father. So many children learn the first mentor and the first hero of any male child is their father. The first mentor and every hero of every child is their father. Or if the father is not there, then the mother, if the father is dead or the father is not alive, then the mother becomes the hero, becomes the motivation. And why the mother becomes the hero, he will now inculcate the value of the father that he knows that got her pregnant, so that this is what your father stand for, and this is your father believe. A man that is a risk taker, a man that is a hustler, a man that is very hardworking, a man that cannot take no for an answer. And when you know that, you always teach your child the positive side about their father. Always say good things about their father. The same thing is applicable to men. Always teach the children the good side of their mother, the good side, so that the children will grow up to love their mother. They will grow up to love their father. So when you teach a child, as the child is growing, teach the child the value system of the father. One thing I love about my mother, there's no day that she will not say, your father was this, your father is this, your father is that. Always tell us the good side of our father. Even though our father was not there at all at the early stage, but when we met our father, we grow up in love to love him the most. We love our father the most. Especially me, I love my father the most. I love my dad. My dad is my hero, is my mentor. I'm telling you that. My father is my hero, is my mentor. And before I take any decision, I will always ask my father, this thing that I'm doing, is it right or is it wrong? My father will always give me his advice. Then, if my father is not there, I could not reach my father. I have an uncle. I will call him. His name is Uncle Ima. I have an uncle. His name is Uncle Ima. I will call him. Sorry, we have a power outbreak. So I will call him. Open the windows. I will call him, and he will get back to me, and he will tell me what I need to know and what I need to learn. And this is how you train children. Sometimes I travel to Lagos to stay with my uncle. Sometimes I travel to Lagos to stay with my people. Are you getting it? So when I traveled, I got them. So they taught me the value. There's one thing I learned from my uncle. There's one thing I learned from my uncle. When people were finding love for football, then we're in Antony in Lagos. So I went for holidays. So me and my cousin brother Maru, we went to watch football. And that day when I came back very late, my uncle called me. He said, Phil Mountains, he said, where are you coming from? I said, I went to that Antony Stadium to watch football. He now sat me down. He told me, he said, sit here. He said, no, my uncle told me, he said, when you go to the football field, he said, how many people do you see in the football field? Being someone that just came back from the village, I'm not really that educated that much. And he said, I said, you see the people they play ball and the people they go watch ball. He said, oh no, there's a name they call them. He said, you see the spectators and what? The players. So I said, okay, good. He now asked me a very simple question. He said, when you go to a football field, at the end of the match, who will they carry with vehicle out of the field? I said, the people that came to play the ball. He said, who would they give treatment? I said, the people that came to play the ball, the players. He said, who would they take to hotel? Who would they pay salary? Either they win or they not win. I said, the people that what play the players. And I said, okay, good. He said, at the end of the ball, who will trek out of the field, begin to talk, this will not play well, this will not play well. I said, the inspectors. He said, who will go home and begin to look for food to eat? I said, the inspectors. Who will begin to count ceiling? I said, the inspectors. He said, in life, if you want to succeed, he said, learn to be the player so that people will watch you and don't be an inspector. And of the truth, today, people who make newspaper, they don't read themselves on the news. They don't read themselves on the news. Are you getting it? People who make news don't read themselves on the news. They don't watch the news because they are the newsmaker. So this now boils down that why parents, mothers should train their children, should give their children value of their father, should give their children value of their father. I'm speaking based on experience and how it hurts and how it pains me so much when a mother denies the father access. It pains the father deeply in his heart, and that is not the wish of the father to let his son grow, especially when the father is someone that have an IQ, very intelligent one on that matter, that want to see his son grow to exhibit the good character of him. And then the mother is not depriving the love of the father, and the child together. That's what I call demonic, and that is what they call witchcraft. It's demonic and it's witchcraft. So people who knows that their daughter is doing such a thing should call them in order and put them into, because sometimes we don't know the gravity that we are causing while we are raising children. Some children, because their father is not there, they grow up to become a wayward child. Not every discipline that a mother needs to implement when it comes to a child. There are some things that the father will do to, to raise his hand on the child, to spare the rod on the child, but the mother cannot do that. Sometimes the mother will want to pet the child, want to give the child everything, but every father has the principles, have rules, how they can govern their child, how they can raise their child for the better future. No father wants to raise a wayward child. Every father wants to raise a child that will be a very useful personality to the society. And that's what I wish for my son. That's what I wish for all my children. And that's what I wish for the children that call me father. So I want to see them to grow, to become a strong personality. When you give them eye, they understand the principles of their fathers. And that's why you see that some, if you look at the West, the Chinese and other world, you see that the children grows to take the possession of their fathers. Look at most of the bishops today. They are building their children to understand the principles in ministry so that their children cannot take over in that ministry. I want to tell you that this is a very powerful message today, and I want to share it and let this message get viral, because we need to build a value system to our children. Look what is happening in the world today. A mother will just wake up and go out and lock the child out there inside the room, and you think that the child will just be playing with phones. No, it doesn't make sense. So these are things that we need to do. Every child deserves their father's loves, guidance, and protection while growing. Children without father often grow up with emotional wounds. Children without father, when they are growing without father, they grow up with what they call emotional wounds. It wounds them, identity struggle, poor academic performance, and even fall into crime or destructive behavior. A father presence is not a luxurious. A father presence is not what? Is not a luxurious. A father presence is essential and is a mandatory of every child that is growing up. I don't know if you are a woman. I don't know if you are a man. I don't know what you are denying your child of. Please don't do it, because that's going to have a very strong impact on this child as you are growing up. So we need to understand that these principles are things that we don't need to take side. We don't need to take side. We should look into matters carefully and understand, not because of our own selfish interest, because you want to become a prime minister, because you want to become this, then because of that the child must suffer because of your own ambition. Your child must come first. Every child must do what? Must come first. And once your child come first, that gives you the joy. That's say you sacrifice for your children. You give them the best in life. Many parents who have sacrificed for their children, their daughters, I want to give you kudos. I want to say thank you for doing that because that is the right thing to do. That is the right thing to do. When people sacrifice for their children, make sure to give their children the best, not because that they are stupid, not because that they don't have sense, not because they don't know how to spend the money, but because they know that is the right thing to do, because this is a seed that you want to leave behind. It's a seed that you want to leave behind. That's why every woman must caution their daughters. No matter what, you must always put yourself in the shoes of the other person, not just your side, not because this one making mistakes and because he making mistakes or something came up or maybe probably he have a child outside like I do and you want to say, oh, because you have a child and you said, oh, because of that you want to trauma, you want to make the person feel as if he has committed the most crime. But sometimes in life, come to think of it, that is the plan of God. Is the plan of God. The plan of God might look so very stupid to you, but God knows what He's doing. God is always capable of what He's doing. He said, His ways are not our ways. So because of that, you now grab that hatred. No, that because this one is not in my own, take this one. You don't have the right. You don't have the right. That child don't have the sense to choose between bad and good. But you as a mother, you must make the child to love. Make the child to do what? To love, to care, to say, no, your dad loves you so much. You as a mother, as a father, tell the child, your mom loves you so much. You always speak the good things of the father to the child, not to aggravate the child, to take the bad character in you, to grow up with it, and that shall become so wicked like the devil himself. No, which means you just produce another devil incarnate. So you have to produce a kind and a decent child. You have to produce a kind and a what? A decent child. So I'm calling on all parents, all single parents, single mothers, or single mothers or single parents. Don't deny your children. Don't deny your children access to their father. And don't deny your children access to their mother. Now let's look at it, what we are saying here. It says children without father often grow up with emotional wounds, identity struggle, poor academic performance, and even fall into crime or destructive behavior. Or what? Destructive what? Destructive behavior. So all these crime are things that will do what? We need to let ourselves know on all these things. Are you getting it? So that they don't grow into become what? A nuisance to the society. So being a father's presence is not luxuries. It is a necessity for a child full development. A father presence is a necessity for a child full development. Why I'm doing this video because I know I have a son called Fred, and that's what the mother is doing right now, which is not really fair and it pains me. But it's your pain that you use to give other people's lessons. It's your pain. Marriage is not working. Yes, it's not working. We've gone our separate ways. But the child, Fred, should not suffer this, this trauma. The child Fred should not suffer this trauma because the mother hates the father so much with passion and all audacity. Fred deserves better. Fred deserves a better love. Fred deserves his father. He said he loves his father. He wants to be with his father. You as a mother, why are you doing that? Even being the grandparent of Fred, I believe you call your daughter in order to do the needful, to let the father have access to his son. This is the 21st century. Nobody should hold any child against their own biological father. And no child should be denying the right of their biological son. Anyone that does that is evil. Anyone that does that is evil. And I want to tell you that our children grow up, they grow up to become wiser. They grow up to become to discern the truth, to know the truth, to know what is right and what is wrong. And if you as a mother, you are feeding them with lies, they grow up to discover that what my mom is telling me is lies. And the day they will not have encounter with their father and they discover that all what you said is not true, or the day they will not have encounter with their mother, all what you said is not true, those children will hate you for life. Those children will look down on you. So you have to be neutral when it comes to the upbringing of a child. And that's why I treat every children that come across my way. Either I'm not the biological father, I treat them like my own. I give them the best advice. I take care of them. I don't. I have one I was talking to. I was talking to the father. I said, you have to love your child. You have to have access to your children. Despite I pay the school fees, but I'm not the biological father. It's high time, even you as a man, by the time you get married to a woman that has a children, always encourage the woman to allow these children to have access to their father. Don't train people's children because you want to train them. Allow every father, allow every mother to have access to their children. Even if you're a mother and your husband, ex-wife, allow her to have access to her children. Allow her to have full control of her children. Don't brainwash the child against her mother. Don't think that you want to play the motherly role. The Bible said, every mother will eat the fruit. Every mother will eat the fruit of their labor. As far as there's a woman that breastfeeds that child, as far as there's a woman that carried that child for 9 months, as a fellow woman, you don't have to deny that child access to his or her mother. So because when you mutual love, it makes the world a better place. It makes the world a better place. This is a bitter truth, but this is a true experience, and this is what I know. I know what to do best. This is what I know, and I tell you, by the time we all continue to do this, you will see that the world will be a better place. Now, any woman who denies her children their father's love is being more wicked than the devil himself. Any woman who denies her children their father's love is being more wicked than the devil himself. No child should ever be used as a weapon of hate or revenge. No child should be what used as what as a weapon of what of of hatred or revenge. And parents, relatives, or friends who support such action are not helping the children, but they are destroying their future. Any father or any friend or any sister, oh, don't allow him to have access to the child. Don't allow him to carry the child, run far away, travel with the children, run abroad. You are not helping that child. You're not helping that person. Rather, you are destroying the future of that family. You are destroying the future. So anybody that encourage you for you not to allow the father to have access to their children, or anybody that has encouraged you that the mother should not have access to their children, they are destroying your own future. They are destroying your own future. In this 21st century, a child should not just grow by one parent, one party. A child should grow by two. That's why the Bible said, it said, one shall chase 1,000. Then two shall do what? Chase 10,000. It takes two to build. It takes two to come up with good things. But one person can't do it alone. That's why you see that many people, many single mothers end up in prostitution. Many single mothers end up in different kind of lifestyle because they want to prove to the man that they can take care of his children, and they keep different relationship, and they do all sorts of things on dating website as a woman. Why would you be doing that? You are destroying yourself. Who are you bragging for? Who do you want to show? You want to walk all through the night. You want to prove that the man, I can take care of the child without you. No, you cannot. Biblically, you are not. Nature is against you. The earth is against you. The sun is against you. The future is against you. Because you cannot be the man over a child. If you know you cannot pregnate yourself, then you cannot be the man over a child while the father is still alive. You cannot be. You cannot be, because rather you put yourself in more problem, depression. You begin to walk hustling, begin to beg money, begin to look for way. You just give yourself, at the end of the day, for 25 years. That child will still walk gallantly, say, "Mom, I'm going to my dad's house." They say, "Mom, I'm going to my dad's house. Dad, I'm going to my mom's house. I want to see my mother." Because you cannot deny a man's blood. You can't deny a man's blood. You know what it means? Every child that you give birth to, the father blood is inside that child. Your blood is inside that child also too. As you are hurting the father, you are hurting your own self. Are you getting it? As the father is hurting the child, he's hurting his own self. So you don't have to hurt a child just because you want to make a point. You don't have to make a point to do some certain things. You don't have to. So these are things that we all are looking at to make the world a better what? A better place. One day, when these children grows up and discover the truth, they will turn hate against their father, but they will turn the hate. One day, when these children grows up and discover the truth, they will not hate their father, but instead turn their anger and bitterness against the mother who deprived them what was meant to hurt the father, end up destroying the bond with the children forever. It end up destroying the bond. Every son need to bond. Every daughter need to bond. Daughters bond with their father most. Sons bonds with their mother. Some bonds with their father most. But don't deny them. Allow them to grow, to make their choice, not to hypnotize them, not to turn their brain, or because you are in one country called USA, or you're in one country called Texas, or you're in one country called Canada, and you feel that nobody can touch you or nobody can do you anything. Let me tell you, no matter the country that you have, nemesis will always catch up with you. The law will always catch up with you. That thing that you think that you are doing, that you are the right time, will always fall back to hurt you and destroy you. These are the things. And he that lives in a glass house don't throw a stone. So when you are doing all these things, you think that you are being perfect. You cannot be a perfect woman by denying a son his father. You cannot be a perfect wife of denying their children their birthright. Rather, that's what they call witch. It's only witch that denies their children access, good things. It's only people that are possessed with marines, demonic spirits that behave, would I call it lunariteria, or would I call it, or with all those oloku spirits, olokulism, all those igbelism. Those are the kind of people, when you, that kind of hatred. In the morning you will now wake up and be praying, "Father, bless me, bless my child, bless me." And meanwhile, you are hurting somebody. Meanwhile, you are costing another man, you are costing a blood, a pain, just because of your selfish interest, because of your, as a man, your selfish interest, and your selfish interest as a woman. So all these things are things that we need to look and begin to add value to ourselves. It boils down to everybody in the world. Either you are a woman in Spain, you're a woman in Australia, you're a woman in New Zealand. I have a friend in New Zealand. The children were growing up with her. She has two children, two girls. Suddenly, the children went to visit their father. And I told their mom, say, "Mom, we don't want to stay with you again." It was hard. I know my friend, White, she struggled. She tried her armies to cater for these two girls. As soon as those girls grows, they went to meet their father. And I know someday mine will come to me. And I know someday, it's not far, next week, it will come back to me. So you need to learn to be a neutral person. He said, he said, he said, he said, anger lies in what? What is it? What's what they call it? In the bosom of what? Of fools. He said, anger lies in the bosom of fools. Anger lies in the bosom of fools. The Bible goes and says, do not allow the sun to go down with what? With your rod. So these are things we need to learn. These are things that touch us. When we grow, we tell ourselves the truth. I'm growing, I'm getting old day by day. So I have to be doing things right. I have to put my house in order. There are things I would have done, I can't do them anymore because I'm putting my house in order. I'm putting myself in order. I want to be that perfect man. I don't want to make that mistakes I've made before in my youth age. I don't want to make that mistake I made 2 years ago or 3 years ago because I see that we make those mistakes because out of ignorance, thought that we are wise. But these days, we don't have to keep making those same mistakes. We have to build a legacy where every father will have access to their children. And I want to talk to the international community. These single mothers, let them have, ask them, find their fathers, connect those children to their fathers, create a room where children will meet their fathers and more children will meet their mothers for them to grow so that nobody will be denied one part of life. It's very important. Parents may separate, but children must never be separated from the love of their father, no matter what. Every child needs, every child needs, deserve their father's love. Every child needs and deserve their what? Their father's love. Every child needs and deserve their father's love. So every child should not be separated from their father. They shouldn't be separated from their father. So these are things that you need to understand. And I tell you, it's very amazing. And any woman who denies a father access to his children is not hurting the man. She is destroying the children, such as act is more wicked than the devil, for it turns the innocent children into victims of hate, hatred, and revenge. Relatives or friends who support these are not helping you, but rather they are silently destroying the children's future. And when these children grows up and discover the truth, they will not hate their father, but rather bitterness against their mother. So we need to learn to know what we are doing. We need to see what we are doing. There are some points I want to let you to know that these points are very vital, so very vital. Children who are denying their fathers grow up crying scared that may last a lifetime. Children who has been denying with their father, they end up growing being scared, crying, and this lasts for lifetime. I've seen somebody, I wish my father was there. I wish my mother was there. I wish my dad was there. I wish my dad was there. Why do you want your child to grow in that direction? Why do you want your child to grow in that direction? We must learn to do the needful. And I'm saying this not because I'm a victim of it, but because I don't want every other man to go through what I'm going through just because of one mistake in marriage. Just because of one mistake in marriage. That nobody should suffer, no man should suffer to have access to their children. And no woman should suffer to have access to their children. We must balance the scale. No matter, even if the man is a criminal, you don't deny the child not to see his father, or even the mother is this or that is an outlaw, you don't deny the daughter to see a mother. There's no way you can train a girl child without the mother. And there's also no way you can train a male child without his father. Allow the father to be involved in the life of their son. Allow the father to be involved in the life of their son. There was a certain time when we were growing up, my mother took us to be with my father. That was when me and my brothers We went and we stayed, we lived, we traveled with our father all over the places. And the two girls were with my mother. And at the end of the day, when the two girls grew up, they still find love with their father. Don't be a wicked wife. Don't be a wicked woman that will turn their child, that will use the moment to gain pleasure. That pleasure that you think you are gaining sickness into your body. You are gaining what? Sickness into your body. We must understand those principles. And these principles is what keeps us going and going and going. And I tell you, in this emotional talk, it's very good. Number one, what are the disadvantages it does to children? Number one, emotional damage. When you deny a child his father access, it causes that child emotional damage. They often feel abandoned, unloved, and rejected, which can lead to insecurity, anger, and mistrust in adulthood. Imagine when you carry your son to where other children are playing with their father. You go to where you have other parties. Oh, they don't call it child, daddy, daddy. Then your own child that you took to that party cannot have anybody to run to daddy. You are a wicked woman. You are a weak. Just imagine that you took your daughter and every child is running to their mother, and your child does not have access to their mother. What have you done to that child? You've destroyed the image, the emotion of that child without knowing. You've destroyed the image and the emotion of that child without knowing. So, such women that when you deny access to children, you are damaging their emotional system. Good. Number two, loss of balance. They lost balance. Those children lost balance. Those children what? Lost balance. A father role is unique and complements a mother care. A father role is unique and it complements the mother's what? Cares. It complements a mother's what? Care. Without it, children grow up lacking balance in character and in discipline. Without the father role, the children grow up in lacking what? Balance and indiscipline. So we must try to avoid that we don't destroy the future of our children. We don't destroy the future of our children. Another thing it does to children when you deny them access to their father, it's identity crisis. Identity what? Identity what? Identity crisis. Is identity what? Identity crisis. Are you getting it? Cutting off a father is like cutting off half a child root. Cutting off a father is like cutting off a child root, leaving them confused about who they are. When you cut off the father, you are cutting off the father's roots, leaving the child to live in a confused state. No man can father a child than the real father. No man can love a child than the real father. No matter either you are having relationship with the mother, either you're having relationship with the father, but you cannot father the child. There's that gene, that blood that make that child. Is it a spermatozoa? That blood that man fused inside you. The man took part of himself and said, please, can you borrow me your vessel to carry this thing? You are just a vessel that carries the child. You are just a vessel that carries the child. You are just a vessel that carries the child. But the man take the child from his sperm and put inside of you. Then the man's property, you are not denying the man access to his property. Just imagine you built a house and your gate man that you put in charge your house said, Oga, you cannot enter this house again. No. Oga, wallahi, talai, bandu kare bandwa, you can't enter the child. èmi ọmọ Yorùbá ni there's a kò ní dá fuel, you can't enter this inside this house, and you look at the gate. But what do? And you know that this house rightfully belongs to you. Oh my God! Either that gate man live there alive, or he will see himself in the next world. That is what fathers can do when they are fighting for their children. They come with full force. They come with full force. And you, the mother, you cannot survive it. And as a father, too, when you deprive a girl child, when the mother want to come, they come with full force. And you, the father, you cannot survive it also too. It's vice versa. Vice versa. So these are things that we need to understand so that people should not get themselves involved in this kind of problem in the future. I've seen many ladies who say, oh, I will take care of the children. They borrowed. There are many in civil service. There are many in civil service. Do you know what it means? You are training 1, you are training 2, you are training 3. Man, you are the biggest fool. I have a friend who said, no, I want to park. I say, well, you want carry children, leave who? Leave the father. My friend, you don't know what you are doing. Then another one again, academic and social struggles. So it affects them academically, and also social work struggle. Research shows that children without father are more likely to perform poorly in schools. It says children without father are more likely to perform poorly in schools and struggle to build healthy friendship. You see it? They struggle to build what? Healthy what? Friendship. Risk of negative behavior. Many dragged into what? Crime, substance abuse, or early sexual activities due to lack of father guidance and accountability. You know, my 2 younger sisters, when we were growing up, my father was there. I know I protected them. One guy would just come, trying to play around there. When I get to that, I would beat them, flog them, say, come on, stay there. But today, now, they're not happy. They're in America, they're enjoying their life with their wonderful husbands. So I'm proud that all the fought I try to give them shelter. Not because when I see people, I need to ask. Even my staff, I question, especially the ladies. I want to know details because I'm a man. I don't want ladies to go through this kind of trauma, what people have passed through, what our mothers have passed through. We must create a sense of what? Belonging that makes the world a better place. Damaged future relationship. Fatherless children are often carries unsolved pain into their adulthood, making it harder to trust, sustain marriage, or raise their own families. It make it harder. I saw somebody said, I don't feel like getting married. What is married? I don't feel like it because of what the mother, they abuse. Many girls, they don't feel like getting married. They just want to have children just because what the mother have told them about their father. So they now generate that hatred to hate men naturally. Are you getting it? They will come, they will tell you with one adage. You don't have to buy a full car because you want to eat sausage. So because you want to eat a car brocos, you can go buy a full cow and key. You say no. Why not just get a child and adopt and train the child and raise the child and live your life, enjoy life as a single lady? It's left for you. Is that what you want? It's left for you. So those are things that happen. Then loss of financial and social support. Father also provides stability, security, and opportunities. Denying access often increase poverty and hardship. Yeah, that's it. General word pain. Some sons may grow up not knowing how to be father. Daughters may grow up disturbing, uh, distorting men, repeating cycles of brokenness. Are you getting it? Destructing men, repeating cycles of what? Brokenness. It happens like that to some people. And what? Resentment towards the mother. When children grow up and discover that their mother deliberately denied them their father's love out of it, they turn against her instead of hating their father, they hate their mother more and more. Do you want to be in that kind of condition? So do the right thing. Do the right thing. The harsh truth is this: any woman who deliberately deny a father access to his children is being more wicked than the devil himself. To use innocent child as a weapon or revenge is currently what is currently in the highest form, and it makes matter worse. Parents, relatives, or friends who encourage or support such action are not protecting the children, but they are destroying the future. By promoting division, they contribute to brokenness and pain that will follow the children all their lives. So these are things we all need to understand and see what we are doing. And I want to tell you that we need to encourage and need to build a better future. This message is a very powerful message. It's really touched me. It's from the depth of my heart. I give this piece of advice, and I want every man and every single mothers to listen to this message. It's a message that you read. It's a message that you look into, and I tell you, it is going to help us shaping our path. And I do this message and I dedicate this message to my son, Fred Nake. And I tell you, I will always love you and you will always be the best. And I love you so much. God bless you.